Hello again, everyone. This is Chris Thomas, one of the mortgage experts. In this video, we'll discuss locking your interest rate. First of all, let's talk about what a rate lock is. When a loan originator, otherwise known as a loan officer, locks the interest rate for a home loan, they're making a commitment to deliver that loan to the lender. When the interest rate is locked, it cannot go higher or lower until the rate lock expires. People often ask us if you have to lock the interest rate. The answer is yes. The interest rate must be locked before the lender can issue the final loan approval. And here's why. If the rate is not locked, it could go higher, and the borrower may no longer qualify for the loan. Most lenders require the interest rate to be locked at least 10 days before the closing date. Are all rate locks the same? The answer to that question is no, they are not. An interest rate is locked for a certain number of days, usually in 15-day increments, such as 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, etc. If the rate is not locked through the closing date, then the lock could expire before the loan closes. The rate quote the lender gives you should be for a rate lock that extends through the closing date. Some lenders offer float-down locks. A float-down lock is an interest rate lock in which the rate can go lower if the market interest rates go lower. The rate cannot go higher. Float-down locks sound like a good idea, but they're really not, because the lender always charges you a higher interest rate to begin with. It's best not to get a float-down lock. You will end up paying too much money. So what happens if your rate lock expires? The lender can always extend the rate lock, but it usually will cost the borrower some money. It can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars to extend a lock. Always make sure your interest rate is locked through the closing date. It's the only way to protect yourself. When can you lock the interest rate? For a purchase transaction, you can lock the rate as soon as you have a fully executed sales contract. That means that both the buyer and the seller have signed it. For a refinance transaction, you can lock the rate as soon as the loan application is completed. People are always asking us, how do you know if the rate is locked? Colorado law requires the loan originator, or the loan officer, to give you a rate lock disclosure within 3 days of completing the loan application. If the rate is not locked at that time, the disclosure must say that the rate is not locked. Once the rate is locked, the loan originator must give you a new disclosure saying that the rate is now locked. No lender in Colorado is exempt from this law. How do you lock the rate on your mortgage? It's very easy. The lender locks it for you. All you have to do is tell your lender to lock the interest rate. It takes the lender about 30 seconds to lock the rate. You should never pay for a rate lock either. It does not cost the lender anything to lock an interest rate. When should you lock the rate? The answer to that question is as soon as you can. Rates can always go lower, but they can also always go higher. You're just gambling if you don't lock the interest rate. You do not want to gamble with your mortgage. Almost all of our clients ask us if rates are going to go up or down. We always tell them we don't know. You cannot possibly know if rates are going to go up or down. No one knows if rates are going to go up or down. Interest rates depend on how the mortgage-backed securities bond market is trading. If someone knew where rates were going, they would not be selling mortgages or dispensing advice about interest rates. They would be making billions of dollars a week trading bonds on Wall Street. Never trust anyone who tells you they know where interest rates are going. They are just making it up. When you're looking for a mortgage, you need an expert. If you're a real estate agent and you've ever had a deal fall apart, it's time to start referring the mortgage experts to your clients. If you're a consumer looking to buy a house or refinance an existing mortgage, you need expert advice. Call us, Chris and Debbie Thomas, the mortgage experts, and you'll get the advice and the mortgage you deserve. If you like this tip, check out all the tips on our website. Tell everyone you know about the mortgage experts and call us with any questions you might have.